finals of the top 14, looking to rebuild and have another go. Well, I say rebuild, they've only actually introduced one new player during the close season, and that's 35-year-old Kane Douglas. So not exactly rebuilding, but promoting from within. And keep a lookout for number 13 for La Rochelle, Simeli Donikvuku, Fijian of origin, a France under-20 international, playing his first game of the season. And it's Hugo Royce, wearing number 10, another 20-year-old who gets the game underway. Remy Piquet, obviously, formerly of La Rochelle last season, collects and gets a welcome back thump in the tackle. Guram Papidze is held up and gives away the penalty in the opening minute. The Georgian prop just hanging on a little bit too long. Well, cue for a big discussion, not taking the points. Instead, Royce angles the ball into the corner, and an early opportunity for La Rochelle to get over the try line. Now they'll need to make a good line out. They struggle, and there's a terrible one. Well, I was going to say, in the first game of the season against Toulon, they were appalling in the line-outs. Pierre Bougarit missing his man too often, and he's done it again with that important opening line-out of the game. I know it's tricky conditions. It's wet, slippery, but I think Pierre Bougarit will be a little disappointed with his opening effort there in the line out. He's going to get another chance now. He'll probably get this one bang on now there on the 10-metre line. Well, he does find Paul Boudon. And Bougarit has the ball tucked under his arm at the back of the ruck and driving forward. Bougarit goes. He breaks away on his own. Can he go all the way? No, he can't. He's dragged down. Skelton is with him. Ball comes back quickly. Royce feeds across the field. There's space out wide for Jack Noel. Can he make it into the corner? He can. There is the first try of the game. It goes to Jack Noel. One for the former England wing. He'll be thrilled with that, but what a fine build-up from La Rochelle. They missed out early on from that first line out, but boy, did they make amends there. Rapid work across the field, stretching the defence, and Jack Noel sniffing the line, going through for his first try of the season. That was the break from Bougarit, which really broke the defence apart. Little flip through from Brice Dulin coming into the line, making the space for Noel. Well, it took him a time last season to warm up. He ended the season last year, Jack Noel, with 3 tries to his name. He'll be glad to open his account in just the 3rd game of the season. Not the best of kicks, though, from Royce. La Rochelle in front. Worked so quickly across the field that once they were out of position, the Pau defence really had no chance of getting back into shape. Off they go. Can they do something now? They trail by 5 points to 0, and they have got a penalty. I know Joe Simmons in the side today. They've got Axel Desbert at halfback at number 10. And in fact, they've just gained a few metres. I'm not sure if that's something that Kane Douglas has been expanding his views on the world, or the world of rugby, with referee Jérémy Rosier, but Rosier not overly impressed. Marched them forward. That was Kane Douglas taking in the line out, holding on. What happened next remains between the players. Well, now it's Ruffenac with the line-out throw, and a big drive from Pau. They played some good rugby this season, Pau. They won't lie down here at La Rochelle. There were suggestions from some of the Pau faithful that the team they had picked would be suggested they weren't coming to Marcel de Flandre to win. But that's not really the way that Sebastian Piccaroni sets his teams up. They've got a bad record, it's true, against La Rochelle. But La Rochelle have won 14 of the last 16 matches against Pau in the top 14. Pau's last win against La Rochelle did come at Stade Marcel de Flandre in 2022. 38-21 they won that day, and they're having a go now with Gaëtan. Exciting young French centre, Emilien Gaëtan. Went on the tour to Argentina, made his test debut in the summer. Remy Piquet gets upended by his old teammates. Despair looking for a way through to Manu having a go. Thibaut d'Aubagne, 2 tries for him last week. Looking to continue that. Quick work, flips it out wide. There's a little bit of space now. Emeric Luke, he scored 2 last weekend as well, looking to break through again. But instead it's back with the big boys. Ruffenach feeding Harry Williams, the former England prop forward. Oh, thump back is Tagivalu. Good tackle, good defence from La Rochelle, as in goes Piquet again. Pelissassa is at the back of the scrum for Pau, wearing number 8. In goes Manu. It's a little bit untidy, but still they keep coming with Guram Papidje. This is good pressure from Pau, but look at that defence from La Rochelle. They've got the numbers. How can Pau open it up? Here is the Olympian, Grandidier Nkanang, playing his first game for Pau since, his first game since winning the gold medal at the Paris Olympics. Harry Williams just went on a little bit too far there. He was on his knees, didn't actually get up, just carried on. There he was, Harry Williams, just going on a bit too far. And that gives La Rochelle a chance to clear the lines. Oh, Royce does that very well.
Le ballon est disponible à chaque fois et c'est des plaquages dominants. Vous comprenez? J'aurai un coup d'œil.
Well, again, it's Messi at the line out. Papidze gobbles that one up. And Pau come again. D'Aubagne's waiting for it. Chip over the top from Desperé. He's got pace out wide. Well, it's not collected cleanly, but it's away. They've got a chance. Was that a little whistle? Over they go. Diving through is Jack Maddox. But the whistle had gone just a bit earlier. There was a little knock on, I think, and so he's bringing them back for the penalty. And it's Will Skelton, the man penalised. Well, it was, again, it was good work by Pau, moving it wide. Just didn't quite work out for them. But they're certainly approaching this game with a little bit of ambition, looking to stretch. That was it. It was almost a good clean take from Grandidier, but not quite. Lovely bit of running from Jack Maddox at the end, but didn't count. So the throw comes in. It's cleanly taken. I think that was Kapoku who lost the ball. They've still got the penalty advantage. La Rochelle need to just be a little bit careful here. Referees, if there are too many penalties, one after the other, they are prone to reach for that old pack of cards. You don't want to come out with a yellow one. So back they come once more. And it's another line out. So Roman Rufanak, he started his career with La Rochelle, 2011. Didn't actually play for them. Finds his man. Papadze is on the ground. Dorbania feeds on the short side. Driven back. Good tackling from Bulgarit. But the ball is there. Dorbania feeds once more. Piquet. Oh, he's drowning in a sea of maritime shirts. And he's driven back into touch. And that was fabulous defence from La Rochelle. Really good work. Paul Boudon gets the pat on the back. But he wasn't on his own there. He had Will Skelton helping him, Kane Douglas helping him, half the pack helping him. Thomas Lavaux getting stuck in there as well. So opportunity gone, but a good steal at the line out. Once again, the La Rochelle line not working. In goes Tagivalu. Pelesasa having a go. Did that ball go forward? No, says the ref. Away they come. Manu. No, lovely little interchange. Maddox is going over. And that is an opening try for Pau, and that is fantastic work. No more than they deserve. They've really been playing well in these last 5 minutes or so. They've threatened a couple of times. Now Maddox is over for the try that levels things at 5 points all. Jack Maddox with his second try of the season. Tagivalu driving into the defence. It was quick hands there. Lovely little interchange with Manu and Despair opening the gap. Just opening the door a little bit for Maddox. Piles his way through. The Australian always happy to touch down. His second of the season. Pole level. And Dorbania, the captain, with the kick. Again, problems for the kickers today. And don't be surprised by that. We're right on the coast at the Stade Marcel de Flandre. Right on the Atlantic, and when there's a fret beating, well, the goal kickers know about it. And this isn't good. Tagivalu making his way off.
Reprise du temps.
Well, all square at 5-all. La Rochelle will know they've got a game on their hands. These two played in a pre-season game here, and on that occasion, it was Pau that won, and narrowly. Don't want to read too much into pre-season matches, but they did win it 28-25, and they will take a lot of confidence out of that game as they look to run the ball back at La Rochelle. Oh, scything through the middle, Despair. He's got nowhere to go though. With the black jerseys close in on him. But a lovely little drift through the defence. Papidze.
Non. Et oui, hors-jeu 4. On est hors-jeu, on gêne. Hors-jeu, 4. Même si on est au sol, on gêne, ils ne peuvent pas récupérer le ballon.
So a penalty.
Auto.
Again. On the ground, and this will, I think, be a more straightforward kick for Dorbania. That was Papidze. Tacklers going in, looking to play the ball on the ground, and he's offside. That was a bit careless. Lovely little run this, wasn't it, from Axel Despair. He's just 20 years old, was playing for the France under-20s last season. Played in 22 games, only started 5 last season, used very much as a backup 10, but gaining in experience.
Ouais, 1, 2, 1, 2. Vous m'entendez là? Vous m'aviez dit quoi?
Well,
Il avait dit... Merci.
the ref having his own private conversation while D'Aubagne was lining up the kick. Over it goes. And Pau lead by 8 points to 5. Ronan O'Gara and his team have something to think about. Hugo Royce gets things underway once again. The crowd a little bit quiet at the moment. Oh, the ball's gone loose again. It's gone forward this time.
C'est un en avant qui va en touche. Non? Ok.
Loic Credos there looking to get to the ball, signing from Oyonnax during the close season.
Talonneur, la marque est ici.
Started every game so far. Loic Credos.
Hors-jeu là-bas.
Teddy Thomas in the middle of your screen there, not playing today, quite obviously. He's sitting up there, opened the season very well indeed, Teddy Thomas. Got a couple of tries last week in the in La Rochelle's game against Toulouse, but injured, out of this game. He was playing in the centre as well as cover for Teddy Thomas. As cover for Jonathan Danty last week. But so Danty back in possession of the number 12 jersey, and they're driving forward at the moment. In goes Kane Douglas. I usually see him playing on the flank, Kane Douglas. Oh, it's gone to ground. The referee does blow. I think he was a bit confused about who actually knocked on that. I'm not entirely sure that was a knock on, but anyway.
Ok. Pardon, en avant volontaire du noir. En avant volontaire du noir. Il tape sur le ballon ici. En avant volontaire. Non, c'est bon. Le gaucher noir après par contre qui rentre.
He's given us a deliberate knock on. The penalty has been awarded.
En avant volontaire, merci les gars.
That has been decreed by Royce, a deliberate knock-on. No cards bandied around, thank goodness. But once again, a chance for Pau to scratch out some territory.
Oui. Okay.
So the line-out's taking a while to get into place. It's Ruffinac, finds his man. Despair feeds, but held up by Aldrit. And it comes back on the La Rochelle side. Now Royce with the kick through. The chase is on. Oh, they're going to pick this up if the ball bounces kindly. Surely, oh, let's boot it out by Emeric Luke. Wow, that looked for all the world as though it was going to fall kindly for Dylan Leds. The La Rochelle chasers had the pace, but the ball, the oval ball just bouncing the wrong way. And Pau able to scramble it clear. At this point, it looked as though, well, Dulin and Leds had the best of the chance to get there. Emeric Luke drilling the ball behind.
Appel vidéo, je veux juste contrôler qui rentre le ballon, s'il te plaît, là, Patrick. Si tu peux me faire voir les images, s'il te plaît, rapidement.
Now, Jeremy Rosier calling for a video call now. Oh, there was a knock-on, in fact. So it's Patrick Pechambert is the video ref. Little knock-on.
Oui, un en avant noir au sol. En avant noir au sol qui rentre le ballon, donc c'est pas. Je pensais que c'était le blanc qui rentrait. Donc. Mêlée blanche.
So the scrummage going the way of Pau. There's some beef in that front row, isn't there? Louis Ponven, just 21, wearing number 1 for La Rochelle. He's quite quite light for a prop or a modern day prop. He's 103 kilos. Very powerful. Another France under-20 player. Pierre Bourgarit at hooker, and Uini Antonio, who is, I think, in the region of around about 130, 135 kilos, wearing number 3, playing his first game of the season. Antonio. Bit of beef on the other front row as well with Guram Papidze, the Georgian international, Roman Rufanak, experienced former Biarritz player at hooker, and Harry Williams. Played at Exeter for 8 years, had a season at Montpellier last year before moving across to Pau. Of course, Harry Williams would have been a teammate of Jack Nowell. We got quite an Exeter reunion with Jack Nowell on the La Rochelle side, Williams on the Pau side, and of course Joe Simmons waiting on the bench to come on. I suspect there will be a West Country ale taken after the game, if they have such in the La Rochelle clubhouse. Penalty awarded for La Rochelle, and a chance now for them. Well, they did have the chance to level the scores, but instead they are opting for the scrummage. We had caught a glimpse there of Tawera Kerbalo and Ujay Satani on the up in the crowd, both of them off games at the moment. Satani's had a terrific start to the season, played so well in the opening 2 games. Given this weekend off. La Rochelle with the put-in. Midway through the first half. Bergeon with the put-in. It's at the back with Gregory Aldred. Aldred feeds. Oh, the attempted pass over the top. It's gone back. It's going to be another penalty. Offside against the Pau defence. And that was Aaron Grandidier in Canang with the intercept, which was a timely intercept. I know they've still got the penalty, but probably prevented a try. And there's no replacement, Sacha Zeguer. Just getting his eyes sorted. So once again, Thomas Bergeon.
Arrêt du temps, arrêt du temps. Arrêt du temps. Venez là, venez là.
Referee not happy with the front rows.
Là, je suis allié, d'accord? Et des deux côtés, on est déjà trop en pression, d'accord? On pèse trop sur l'adversaire. Donc on reprend un petit peu plus de distance. Et allié, je veux pas aller.
Too much pressure early on. Let's have a little bit more distance between you first.
On y va.
And let's have a clean scrummage.
Reprise du temps.
The rain still coming down at the Stade Marcel de Flandre. Doesn't make the footing any easier for the scrummages. Bergeon with the feed. Aldred is at the back. Bergeon fighting off d'Aubagne. Aldred and Bergeon there. Aldred has it, driving towards the line. He's got support from Boudon. Bergeon moves it wide on the, and Kane Douglas is there, and Kane Douglas is over for his first try for his new club, La Rochelle. Their only signing during the summer from Bordeaux-Bègles. Kane Douglas, starting today in the unfamiliar position of flanker, goes over for his first try of the season. And La Rochelle back in front. I went one way with Aldrit. Boudon helped drive in, and then Bergeon, that quick look on the open side, went blind. Douglas fancied his chances, drove straight through the two smaller men, through D'Aubagne and past Grandidier and Canang. And he thoroughly enjoyed that. Gets the pats on the back. And now Hugo Royce. Oh, once again, he's not a little shake of the head. He's not quite got it right thus far. All three kicks that we've had to date have gone adrift. But La Rochelle lead by 10 points to 8. Aldrit receiving the kickoff.
Ballon à l'intérieur. Jouez-le.
Bergeon launches the ball high into touch, and a chance for the line-out jumpers to show their worth once more. Ron Nagara will be a bit happier that his side are leading again. They've got a good home record, La Rochelle. They've won their last 12 home matches. Well, they've been leading at half-time in the last 10 of those. But they haven't had it such an easy... It hasn't been easy for them, because in their last 3 home wins, they've only won by 5 points or fewer. So it's been tight. Little chip over the top from Poe. Emmerich Luke is chasing. Dylan Leds gets the touchdown. Played at fullback a couple of weeks ago, Dylan Leds, the former Stormers man. But equally happy to be playing on the wing, especially now that Brice Dulin is back in the picture. Poe come once again with Zeguer. Kapoku is there. Oh, didn't quite work out, and it's been given away. Jack Noel has it. Jack Noel being dragged to the ground. Well, he's taken 3 tacklers with him. May just have opened up a little bit of space for La Rochelle if they can move the ball quickly across the field, which is what they're trying to do at the moment. Now, is there anything? Dylan Leds is on the charge. Has he got the pace, or will Grandidier get it? Grandidier does get a hold of it. Can he get it back, or is he going to be hanging on a bit too long? He is. Well, and La Rochelle go over in the corner. There was no hanging around there. Bergeon going over in the corner. The yellow card being shown. It's a lot going on at the one time. But Bergeon has got the score. A third try for La Rochelle. A little bit of 15s inexperience here from Grandidier and Canang. He couldn't collect cleanly, and then he was holding on too long. It was a quick take from Dylan Leds. Little handoff to Bergeon, went over in the corner, and at the same time, a yellow card being flashed. It's going to be another awkward kick for Royce. And, well, you can see from his expression, he's not happy. 15 points to 8. La Rochelle lead Poe. Suddenly there's a little bit of daylight. Once again, Aldrit collects the restart. Lays the ball back cleanly. Bergeon is there. Goes on the aerial route and finds touch.
On y va, Blanc.
So Thomas Bergeon with his first try of the season as well.
Merci. Reprise du temps.
So Rufanak finds his man. The feed is on. Manu at scrum half at the moment. Looking for a way through. Not going to get there. Lays it back though. Papidze. Gets a little cuff from Kapoku on the way through. Harry Williams getting stuck in. Gaetan, little dink over the top from Despair. But it's comfortably taken. Well, there's good rucking from Poe. They won the ball, I think, have they? Has it come back on the Poe side? No, it's with La Rochelle. They managed to retrieve it. Boudon is held up. Bergeon waits. Royce drills the ball downfield. Just gets it down into the 22, all the way to the goalpost. Collected by Emerick Luke. He does like to run from distance, but on this occasion gives it to Maddox, who hoists himself, or hoists another high one. Doesn't go out. That's a lot of sliding around. Oh, this is messy. Emerick Luke can't get hold of it. Oh, the ball's going all over the place. And finally, a little knock on. Well, that was a peculiar little passage of play there. Thibaut Dubagne watching from the sidelines.
En avant qui va en touche, touche ou mêlée. Arrêt du temps. Touche ou mêlée. On prend la mêlée. Oui, il faut faire le changement, allez-y. Changement ou qu'est-ce qu'il fait?
Papidze just having a little bit of running repairs. He played for La Rochelle one season in the 21-22.
Reprise du temps.
Played 19 games for La Rochelle, who picked him up from Nevers in Pro D2. So enjoying himself on his return to the Stade Marcel de Flandre. Poe with the put-in. Gaetan breaks one tackle. He's held up in the second. Emerick Luke flicks it back. Oh, there's a charge down. The ball changes direction. That's well played by La Rochelle. They've kept a hold of it. Aldrit. Bergeon feeds. Will Skelton looking for a way through. That's a nice little feed from Skelton to Bergeon. Royce with the high ball. Maddox collects. He's in about 4 minds there. Eventually gives it to Grandidier, but he's held up. Not got very far. He hasn't had much space to work with Grandidier. We haven't been able to see his running skills. And the ball, again, squirting out forwards and dropped again by Bogarit this time as Papidze came in to tackle. It's a little bit messy at the moment. Conditions not helping. Put in for La Rochelle.
Un blanc. est arrêté.
Oh, a little bit of work being done. I think, is that on Papidze again? A wet and miserable D'Aubagne watching on from the sidelines. He's got another 6 minutes in the cooler. That's Roman Rufanak wearing number 2, just getting to his feet.
Allez, la marqué ici.
2 20-year-old fly halves in this game, with Hugo Royce on the La Rochelle side, who had a big season last year, played 15 games, 103 points he racked up. And on the Pau side, Axel Desper played 22 games last season, wasn't a goal kicker, did get 21 points, but was used mainly as a replacement. But great investment in youth on both sides. Experience on the sidelines. You got Antoine Astoy on the bench for La Rochelle and Joe Simmons for Pau. A little bit of delay here. Finally, the scrums settle down.
Flexion.
7-point gap at the moment for La Rochelle. Another score now for them would make life very awkward indeed for Pau. Still with 14 men on the field, Pau. And away come La Rochelle with Aldrit. Aldrit looking to burst through the centre. He's gone well. Little chip through, and again the chase into the corner. It's just drifted too far, the wrong side of the post. So Pau will have the chance to clear. Well, La Rochelle flexing their muscles a bit now. They've settled in. A couple of weeks ago against Toulon, they were very ropey. They had so many opportunities and then just kept fluffing them at the last moment. And Toulon were only 4 points behind at half-time and ended the match just 4 points behind as well. But this time, it looks as though La Rochelle are looking a little bit more certain in their finishing. They drive once again. Dylan Leds helps clear out the ball. It's with Bergeon. Skelton gets a big cheer from the crowd. He's such a favourite here, Will Skelton. And again, a little bit of width, but the ball goes to ground from Dulin. Went behind him. But they did have that space for out wide. Not anymore. So Aldrit brings it back in. Simeli Donuvuku is held. Donuvuku, just 19 years old, from Fiji. He's over here. He's considered now a GIF player, so he's in essence a local player, and has qualified, it seems, for France, or is qualifying for France. He's already played France under 20. And sadly, it looks as though another very bright Fijian talent is being poached. Can't blame him, of course. If you're going to earn as pursue a career as a professional rugby player, there's no better place to do it than in France. The opportunities are good, the money's good. And the top 14 is the best league, club league in the world. Once again, Royce unable to find his mark with the penalty. And they're going to have to think about a change, because the head may just have started to go on this one. It may not. The confidence of a goal kicker. Ronan O'Gara will know all about that. He had a few days when he couldn't hit the barn door with a banjo. Not too many. Oh, Jack Knoll is through the gap. Jack Knoll looking to go all the way. He's gone through one. He's within about 15 metres of the line. La Rochelle coming strongly. That was a great break from the former Exeter man. Little dink over the top. Is there space for Dylan Leds? He collects. There's the try. Number 4 for La Rochelle. Dylan Leds. Beautiful finish, second try of the season. What a well-worked try from one wing to the other, from Jack Knoll to Dylan Leds. Oh, they're loving this now. And at the moment, down to 14 men. Well, that has really cost Pope. This was a lovely break, isn't it? Jack Knoll searing down the line. A little step inside, breaks through one rather poor tackle, lays the ball back nicely. Skelton feeds, dink over the top, off the left boot from Royce. One bounce, bingo. Ooh, he's hit the post. Again, he's getting closer though. Poor old Hugo Royce is now none from 5. La Rochelle lead by 20 points to 8. Just 3 minutes or so remaining before half time. And this is a very healthy lead for the home side. Pau were looking good for about 20 minutes or so, but La Rochelle have really come good in the last 10. And obviously, since Pau being down to 14, they've taken advantage. Long ball high over the cross field, comfortably collected by Knoll, who has been so impressive this season. He really has come out of the blocks well. He looks a different player to the one that arrived last summer. He began last season in the centre before the World Cup. Of course, he pulled out of England duties, said he was going to France and he wasn't going to be available for the Rugby World Cup. Played in the 3 games before the World Cup at centre and really looked at a little bit of a fish out of water in many senses, in the playing sense, in the well, I suppose in the playing sense, he just didn't look as though he fitted. And gradually got himself in this season. He started with a bang. He's been really outstanding in the first 3 games. That's the Jack Knoll that won 44 caps for England. And a couple for the Lions as well. Oh, another jink over the top. Poe really being tested at the moment. They need to hang on till half-time, till they can get their act together. Knoll coming again. Oh, he's gone through another gap. Jack Knoll, he's still going. They can't bring him down. He's a big lad, Jack Knoll. Oh, lovely work. Kane Douglas has the ball in hand. This is delightful stuff from La Rochelle. They're playing some terrific rugby. In goes Ponverne. Bergeon feeds. Royce looking wide. There is Donivuku. He's held up. Dylan Lads comes in to help. The ball is still there for Bergeon. Bergeon feeding Royce, but it's coming back further than that. It's going to go all the way back to Thomas Laveau, the lock forward who plays scrum half. Gregory Aldrich with the pick and go. Skelton gets his hands on the ball. Danger time again for Poe. A little knock on though. They've won the ball back. And they'll just want to get rid of this. Well, they've got rid of it temporarily. It's back in La Rochelle hands and back they come again. Brice Dulin loves running at oppositions. Doesn't need much space, Brice Dulin. He's 34 now, but he's still got some good gears on him. Little flip back. Bulgarit feeds back. Cries from the crowd. Perhaps a high tackle there from Remy Piquet. I'll have a look at that, I suspect. The penalty has been awarded against Pau, so it will be chance for more points for La Rochelle. I'm not sure, the referee might come back and have a look at this. There is the halftime hooter. And Bulgarit, I think, has maybe just twisted his knee or something. I don't think he's concerned about the height of the tackle. It's the fall or the landing. That was Skelton. This was it from Bulgarit. Well, it wasn't particularly high, but it was the drag down from Piquet. Just twisted his knee, perhaps, on landing, which is never good to see. The kicking tee has been summoned, and this one is bang in front of the posts. Well, a little bit of concern up there over Bulgarit. The referee, I think, asked. Well, I think that was not deliberate, but he did trap the leg under him in the tackle, and that is not nice. Certainly don't think it was a deliberate or illegal. But that may be the last we see of Pierre Bulgarit this afternoon. It may be the last we see of him for a couple of weeks. And they are going to have to get him on the stretcher. Well, they've got a good replacement. If that's any consolation, Tolo Latu is on the bench. Tongan hooker. And we will see him in the second half for sure. Concern on the La Rochelle touchline. Not surprisingly, in fact, the stretcher not required. Bulgarit hobbling off, his leg in a brace, and that is never a good sign. And I'm pretty sure Remy Piquet would not have wanted to see his former teammate hobbling off like this. Latu, the man coming on for the penalty, which I'm afraid you didn't see. It's gone over, and that is 23 points to 8 at half-time. And that has been an excellent first half for La Rochelle. 4 tries to 1. They had a few, there was a little passage of around about 10 minutes, 15 minutes or so when La Rochelle were on the back foot a little bit. Pau really came hard at them, but once they found their groove, they were excellent. Brice Dulin, talking about the injury. Well, I hope it's not too bad for my teammate. We need to make sure that we don't lose our rhythm in the second half. The attacking bonus is already in place. Yeah, but we also conceded a try. We need to be a little bit more secure when we're defending. We've got to find the right balance between attacking, defending, and getting things out. They trail by 18 points. The ball hoisted high by Axel Despair. And we just caught a glimpse there of Antoine Astoy who has also, I think, come on at half-time in place of Hugo Royce. Thomas Bergeon with the kick over the top, clearing the lines. And in fact, we've had a couple of other substitutions as well, with Favre, Jules Favre, also coming on for Simeli Donivuku, wearing number 22. Hugo Royce didn't have a bad first half with the ball in hand, but his goal kicking suffered with 1 from 6 attempts at goal, and that one a straightforward penalty in front of the post right before half-time. The others a little bit more awkward on a blustery, wet, windy day on the Atlantic coast. High ball over the top. Oh, that's really well retrieved and laid back. Aymeric Luke having a super start to this season. Scored 2 tries last week. He's played well today. Hasn't got on the score sheet yet. There he is again. But working hard, looking to buy some territory, buy some possession for Pau. Some good defence from La Rochelle, but is there a little gap there? I think there was. I think it was Dobania just sliding through up onto the 22, but hanging on too long in the tackle. You got to recycle. He had the support there. Lakima Tagivalu was up there and with him, but they couldn't release the ball. Thibaut Dobania with that yellow card in the first half. Yes, that's right. He was off 10 minutes. The Pau captain. They struggled without him. Having said that, the way La Rochelle closed that first half, I think they would have struggled with him as well. So, Tolo Latu with his first line-out throw. Finds his man, Pierre Boudon. Latu has it again, Bergeon. Picks it away, feeds, looking to move the ball swiftly wide. They've just run out of road a little bit there. But back they come for an earlier infringement. It's Joel Kapoku, I think, who is penalised. Well, he said 6 and then he said 5, so maybe it was Tagivalu. On his knees. Well, a good kick from Antoine Astoy. And he may have a little tinge of mixed feelings about this game. He spent 6 seasons at Pau, was really important for them, and then moved to La Rochelle to further his prospects of moving up into the national setup. He's got 8 caps under his belt. But now he needs to try and help his team close out this victory. Little chip over the top. It's there for Dylan Ledds. He's going to score his 2nd try of the day. So easy. Beautifully done. Dylan Ledds in again. And La Rochelle are on a roll. Dylan Ledds is a real try-scoring machine. He had 27 in 4 seasons leading up to this season. He got a try against Toulon in the opening game of the season. He's now got 2 today, so 3 tries in 3 matches in the top 14 this season. South African enjoying himself. And Pau chasing shadows at the moment. Beautifully weighted kick. So much room for Astoy to find Dylan Ledds coming through under the posts. And this is beginning to look as though La Rochelle are going to take this quite comfortably. Astoy, no problem with the conversion. 30 points to 8, the home side lead. And if we thought it was going to be difficult for Pau going in at half-time, it's well, it's even more difficult now. There doesn't seem to be a lot of shape on the Pau game at the moment. Playing a little bit of pat ball there. La Rochelle getting themselves into a spot of bother, but Favre does well. And now, what can Pau do now? They've got a little bit of space, a little bit of a chance to run. And there goes Aymeric Luc. He's at the heart of so much good. Joined this season from Toulon. Spent a long time at Bayonne before that. Aymeric Luc. One of those who's been such a good player, and I don't think he's been capped by France. Could so easily have been. In goes Ruffenac. D'Aubagne digs the ball out. Pau actually inside the 22 now. They haven't been there for a while. D'Aubagne, little inside pass to Grandidier. Grandidier still going. Lays it back. Okay, it's with Takiteki Balu. D'Aubagne, oh, it's stolen by Jack Knoll, I think, but he's gone offside. He's gone over the top and offside. So it is a penalty for Pau. Reda Wardy and Alexandre Kundelia waiting to come on for La Rochelle. It's Daniel Bibi Biziwu, half-time replacement for Goran Papidze, making that charge for Pau. So they're going to run it. Williams and Bibi Bizewu in support there of D'Aubagne. The forwards driving for the line. They're just short. Oh, they've got it over. That is a try, and that is well done. And I have a feeling that's Remy Piquet. Or is it? Maybe D'Aubagne. We will see. But the try, in fact, Sacha Zeguer. There we go. We'll get there eventually. So a try for Pau and a chance for them just to scratch their way back into this game. It was well done. There was the drive. And there he is at the bottom of that ruck. And I think that's Sacha Zeguer who's been credited with the try. It was well worked. Good forward power from Section Paloise. D'Aubagne at the heart. And the conversion is good. So, a little bit of a lifeline perhaps for Pau. Stade Rochelais, 30, Section Paloise, 15. Still 15 points behind. Changement pour le Stade Rochelais avec la sortie du numéro 1, Louis Panvert. Remplacé par le numéro 17, Rita Warty. So the props changing round. Uini Antonio makes his way off. Alexandre Kundelia replacing him. Reda Wardy is on for Louis Panvert. So some big guns to replace some big guns.
courir. Arrêt du temps, changement.
Now can Po follow up that try? Have they got any more in the tank? They've got some replacements coming on as well. So Remy Piquet, the former La Rochelle man, making his way off and getting some applause there from the home crowd. Played 69 times for La Rochelle across 3 seasons, scored 7 tries for them. They remember him warmly here. Romain Ruffinac also making his way off. So Yuri Delomel, the new hooker for Po, who looked to work the blind side. It's with Grandidier. Dubagne feeding. Credos. Dubagne again. Seguer involved in a lot of their work at the moment. It's Manu taking the ball in. Gaetan is with him, helping out. Tagivalu knocked back in the tackle. There's a spare. Again with Grandidier. Steps inside. Hasn't had space, Grandidier, and it's turned over. Now La Rochelle immediately on the attack on the other side. Big hoof up the field. Oh, and that's going to find the touch. And that is a super, super kick. Little shake of the head from Jack Maddox. Ripped away there in the tackle. And that was, again, Grandidier at Fulton. And he has said, you'll remember Grandidier has spent most of his time as a sevens player. He did play a few games for Brive. Played 5 games for Brive in the 22-23 season before being snapped up for the Olympic squad. And he's admitted himself there's a few things he needs to work out, and perhaps showing too much of the ball there, perhaps not quite getting his feed correct. But he's made a few errors in this game that'll need working. But the only way he's going to improve is by playing more. Would be nice to see him with a little bit of space to run in. But he's been closed down very well by La Rochelle today, just not being given the space. Brice Dulin with the collect, little twinkle toes, looks to go through the gate. He's held up. Jack Noel looks to barge his way through. He's held up as well, but took an extra roll there. The Noel penalised. Back they come. The rain still hammering down. It's been raining throughout the game, which, well, we have seen 1 or 2 little bits of a few errors, handling errors in the game. You're always going to see a few, but perhaps a few more than normal today. You can credit some of those to the rain for sure. But it's been a pretty decent display from La Rochelle under the circumstances. So Yuri Delomel just chatting there with Harry Williams. And you can see the rain gathering. Good take by Kapoku. Newly arrived from Lyon this season, Kapoku. Another Englishman who's found a career in France. Bibi Beziwu. Still Po rolling sideways at the moment. Maximine
Sans les bras.
takes the ball in.
Sans les bras. 16. Sans les bras.
And in fact, he gets the wins the penalty as well. I think it's Tolo Latu who is penalised. There is Jimmy Maximine.
C'est la deuxième fois déjà qu'il plaque sans les bras. Il n'y aura pas de troisième, ok? Donc, je vous le dis. Non, non,
Played 3 games of Po in the Challenge Cup in 2022. Went off to Rouen back this season. Well, you can see the rain clearly enough, can't you? Old-fashioned rugby. Time to stick it up the jumper. Thibaut d'Aubagne is going to take the 3 points just to look to whittle away this lead. Not bad thinking on a day like today. Reduces the gap to 12 points. La Rochelle leading by 30 points to 18. So Kane Douglas is taking his leave, and he's getting a good round of applause. Scored his first try for his new club today, having joined from Bordeaux-Bègles in the summer. So he gets a rest. Po have 25 minutes still in which to retrieve this situation. As things stand, La Rochelle are looking at 5 points. Brice Dulin down the touchline. Little chip over the top. A body check perhaps by Maddox. The crowd don't like it. But it's still with La Rochelle. The referee reckons he ran straight into the man. La Rochelle still coming. Good retrieval though by Emeric Luc. And that is well played, but was he in touch? I think he was. Couldn't quite keep it in, Donty. Terrific work by fullback Brice Dulin. Donty just slipping there. Wearing that headgear. We don't usually see Jonathan Donty wearing headgear, but he was concussed in the game against Toulon a couple of weeks ago and consequently missed last week's game. So into this game, he's now adopted the headgear. That was a nasty crack of heads he had with Charles Olivon, the Toulon skipper, France number 8. Boy, oh boy. They both had a week out. Penalty this time for La Rochelle. Elliot Redil being taken down in the tackle there. Elliot Redil, another former La Rochelle player, now playing for Po, who's come on as a replacement in the backs. Aldrit on the drive. Goes well as the La Rochelle skipper feeds Red Awardy now. Wearing 17. Bergeon. Skelton. Still going.
Non, non, non. Avantage.
A penalty awarded. They've got the advantage, La Rochelle. Still they come in. Little inside pass. Jules Favre. It's through, and there is another try. And that surely is going to be the bonus point now for La Rochelle. It's their 6th try of the game. And it comes from Jules Favre, his first of the season. And it was a lovely finish. Little pass. Dylan led with that little inside pass. Favre bursting through the gap. And Leds, there were 3 tacklers converging on him. Probably not the best defence from Pau. All 3 of them going. No one really picked up Favre there. Good finish. And that's a very fine kick from Astoy. So never mind the conditions. Antoine Astoy doing what he does very, very well indeed. 37 points to 18. La Rochelle now lead against Pau. And a little shot there of Hugo Royce, who had a difficult afternoon with the boot, with just 1 kick from 6. Replaced at half-time. Astoy immediately on the money. So Goran Papidze back on the field for Bibi Biziwu. So Bergeron has pulled the strings very well today. No sign yet of Teddy Iribarren. Sure he will probably see him before too long. Sam Robson is on. And Pau looking to head into the corner. Ball ushered out by Brice Dulin. Joe Simmons also on for Pau. So they got their English halfback pairing on now. Perhaps a little bit late in this game for Robson and Simmons to really change things or direct the way this game goes. But it was a good effort from d'Aubagne and Desper, 20-year-old Desper. Half decent today. Did a good job. La Rochelle digging the ball out. Bergeron finds the touch. Emerick Luke just collects, doesn't look for the quick one. He's just taking a short breather. Lets the forwards come and gather. Greg Aldrit makes his way off. Another man who's had a fine game, Thomas Lavaux, returns to the fray, having already been replaced. And that one is stolen. There goes Noel. Bergeron just rolling the ball back. 18 minutes remaining. I mean, unless something truly dramatic happens, this game is done and dusted, you'd think. Robson looking to feed John Zabala Arrieta, their Spanish replacement prop. New arrival from Béziers this season. Oh, and going over the top. It's Dante Dante is the man penalised, just having a little discussion about the weather with Sam Robson, excuse me.
On prend le soutien offensif, ce qui permet le turnover.
Joe Simmons sticks the ball into the 22. Such a cool head, Joe Simmons. Had an outstanding year last year, his first year with Pau. 246 points he notched up in the top 14. Skippered Exeter to Champions Cup victory, of course. Never looked at by England. Pau looking to work things in the midfield. Has turned over. Little forward knock on. Gobbled up. And the ball hoisted away downfield. Points, the gap. Difficult to see Pau getting anywhere near La Rochelle at the moment. Kapoku takes it. It wasn't particularly straight, but no, in fact, well, he's given it the way of La Rochelle anyway.
Pour le Stade Rochelais avec la sortie du numéro 9, Thomas Bergeon.
So Thomas Bergeon does make his way off in the end. Teddy Riberen coming on to replace him.
Remplacé par le numéro 20, Teddy Riberen.
Reprise du temps. Ah, il a marqué ici.
There is a Riberen, another one wearing the headgear.
Flexion. Lié. Shot.
And immediately the scrummage goes down, and this time it is a penalty. Teddy Thomas, Ujay Satani and Tuara Caballo looking on as their side steers its way towards a 5-point victory here. It was Toulouse won earlier in the day. They're the only team at the moment to have won every game, 3 out of 3. Lyon were also in that position. They are playing against Vannes at the moment. And at the moment they're trailing against Vannes 20 points to 17. So it could be a first victory for the top 14 newcomers there in Brittany. Don't forget, if you've got a chance to watch the highlights of the top 14, always recommended. So many tries, some scintillating rugby. It's a real action-packed half hour of French fun and frolics. La Rochelle closing in on this victory, their second of the season, and it will be their 13th on the trot at home. It'll be their, yes, that's right, 13th home victory in a row in the top 14. Well, we thought Kane Douglas was able to go and put his feet up and have a cup of tea, but or maybe he's done that, but he's back on to replace his compatriot Will Skelton. who gets a big cheer. 3 Australians in this match with Skelton, Douglas and of course Jack Maddox, and no doubt they'll have been keeping an eye on the Bledisloe Cup match that took place earlier in Sydney. And well, it was defeat again for Australia, I'm afraid, a narrow defeat this time. Well, at least it was a better showing than the defeat against Argentina a couple of weeks back. Well, it's all roundabouts and roller coasters with Panvern, who's just been substituted, coming on to replace the man who substituted him. So Red Awardy is off, Louis Panvern is on. Robson is getting himself in a difficulty. He's got away with it, I think, has he? Or was there a little knock on? Was indeed. And Joe Simmons might have a word or two for his fellow Englishman.
Ok. Arrêt du temps.
So another just little pause.
Allez, patience.
Down they prepare to go. The clean-shaven head of Papidze against Alexandre Kuntelia. So the Georgian battle. Kuntelia just at 22 years old. Papidze a little older at 27. Papidze has 13 caps to his name. Kuntelia has 6. Doubtless they will enjoy this little battle. Teddy Iriberin prepares for the put, and the game has come to a little bit of a standstill. The changes don't help. The scrummages going down like that don't help, but Concorrier feet. There's a knock on from Donti. They come back, it's a penalty, and this could be another yellow, is it? Jérémy Rosier.
Il y avait des fautes répétées sur mêlée, là ça recommence parce que votre côté droit il rentre avant, d'accord, et donc je pense qu'il le fait délibérément parce qu'il sait que sur coup de pied franc je ne peux pas faire une deuxième mêlée, et de plus de mon côté le gaucher il tire vers le bas à chaque mêlée quand il est sous pression, donc là il faut reprendre de la discipline sinon ça ne va pas le faire.
Well, it's against Guram Papidze, the referee explaining he had a word just before half time, and that Papidze is pulling down on his side of the scrum, disrupting things. Any more of that, there you go, he is. Well spotted, ref. It's not often refs, well, I shouldn't be rude. Refs sometimes don't always get it right with the front rows, but on that occasion, spot on. La Rochelle on the drive. Iriberin wants the ball. It's still with Latu. Still with Latu, I think. Still with Latu. He's on the line. He's claiming the try. But the referee, I think, has given a penalty try. So Latu was aiming for the line. The ruck was brought down. The referee had been warning the warning Po about their constant infringement. And this time, they are penalised with the penalty try and a yellow card, and I think it's for Lekima Tagibalu. Well, that was Tolo Latu. The ruck slightly disintegrating. He's going through the middle. And Tagibalu, the man penalised.
Le score est de 44 pour le le Stade Rochelais.
Well, it's hard to keep track of who's on the field at any one time in a rugby match these days. The players that have just been substituted coming back on. Jonathan Donty making his way off. I think Donivuku is back on the field. It's one of the slight sillinesses of the top 14. The constant substitutions in the second half really do wreck fluidity. Should be limited, but that of course is just a personal view. Little inside pass. La Rochelle coming once again. They lead by 44 points to 18. Try is in the bag. The win is in the bag now. Well, they've still got another 10 minutes. They've got an advantage. It's all La Rochelle at the moment. Pau are being pulverised. In this second half, it was 23-8 at half-time. 21-10 in the second half. So it's a fair replica. And that is a high tackle on Donivuku. There is Tagivalu. And Pau had discipline problems. In their game against Clermont, when they were away at Clermont, they were beaten 39-7. And they picked up 3 yellow cards in that game. Jean Robson and Atis Ogbe all carded. And they picked up another 2 today, which is not a good look. Nice leap from Boudon at the back. Latu again has the ball at the back. He's being pushed on, driven on by Iriberen. Latu has it. They're still moving forward. La Rochelle inching their way across the line. They're short still. Iriberen moves it wide now. Little dink over the top. Oh, it's going to be a hat-trick, is it, for Dylan Leds? He's going in the corner. That's a hat-trick for the South African. Another little chip over the top. Nice collect. Leds with the 8th try for La Rochelle this afternoon. His 3rd of the day. Well, the forwards really just sucking up all the defence. Iriberen moved it. Astoy, as he has done with the earlier try, with Led's second try. Little chip over the top. And Leds is happy with that. His 3rd try of the afternoon, his 4th of the season. And this time, Astoy doesn't quite connect with the conversion, so not the half century. 49 points to 18. La Rochelle leading. Bit of a turnaround in fortunes for Pau last week. They were putting 51 points on Bayonne. And this week, they are getting a taste of their own medicine. It's 51-29 against Bayonne last week. 49-18 they trail this week. They've managed to get their hands on the ball. Robson, well, attempted dink over the top. Little knock on. So they come back for the scrummage. Was Pau down to 14 for the remainder of this game. And without the bulk of Tagivalu. So when it comes to scrummage time, who's going to join them? We may well see Elliot Rudeel, Jack Maddox perhaps, hooking on the side, on the flank. Uini Atonio, happy with the way things have been going this afternoon. Well, Robson feeds. Oh, they get the free kick. Not allowed to go straight away, held back, but now they are going. Loïc Credos looking for a way through. Robson, the ball's gone forward, but they've got the penalty. So it's Louis Ponverne penalised, not releasing in the tackle. And that is a very weary looking Loïc Credos. New arrival from Oyonnax. Playing his third game of the season and going the distance. Well, for the second time this afternoon, Wardy is replacing Ponverne. Those two, well, switching quite happily. 5 minutes on, 5 minutes off. And we have a blood replacement. Well, it becomes very, very messy at the end of games sometimes. These changes, these replacements, it just slows the whole game down. And a game which was played with fizz and energy, it's rather limping towards the finish at the moment. Well, finally, Pau condescend to join the line out. It is their line out. And it's Kopoku who collects the ball with Delormel, the hooker. Over they go. Are they going to get themselves a little consolation try? Delormel is shunted backwards, though. They were almost up on the line. 5 metres out again now. Good defence from the home side, but still they come with Maximine. Robson has it. He's looking for support. He's got it from Papidze. Still they come. Zabala trying to make his way through. Flipped out wide now for Elliot Rudil. Robson. Simmons steps inside. He's looking for the line now. He's about 3 metres out. Robson has it again. Is there a way through for him? He's relying on Papidze once more. Back it comes for Robson. Snakes his way through, and the scrum half is over. And Pau have a consolation score. It won't be enough to change the outcome of this match, but at least they will be pleased they've managed to get the points on the board. Dan Robson going over. I think I'll be calling him Sam Robson, who of course opens the batting for Middlesex these days. Former England opener. Wrong Robson, my apologies. Dan Robson has been throughout the game.
Eric. Arrêt du temps. C'est bon, je l'ai arrêté, c'est bon. On reprendra quand il va taper. J'aimerais que ce soit plus rapide là pour venir taper. Enfin, merci.
Entrée en 17, sortie 1.
Attendez, j'ai pas repris encore.
A neat conversion from Simmons, just the little drop over the top.
Il est sorti, c'est bon
Il est derrière là-bas.
So 49 points to 25. La Rochelle lead Pau. Papidze once more makes his way from the field. Now Pau looking for a last hurrah, perhaps. It's a little knock through from Biziwe. It was off his boot. Came back off a boot as well. So still with Maddox. Maddox with it. Oh dear, I'm not sure if that's gone right. It has. He's found his man. He's found Grandidier. Simmons. Elliot Rudeel doing nicely. Bibi Baziwu looking for a way through. Robson still he manages to hold on to it. Has he got the support? He has. Simmons is there. It's knocked out of his hands, I think. No, referee says no problem. Carry on. Kapoku looks wide. Inside comes Luke. Simmons, no way through for him. Oh, he's taken a big hit there from his old Exeter teammate, Jack Knoll. Exeter beating Leicester this afternoon in the English Premiership, 7 points to 3. Sounds like another old-fashioned wet weather game. Well, where's the ball now? It's with Astoy. And he just clears it into touch. A little bit of sanity prevailing. Job done for Gregory Aldrit and his team today. They're going to come out of this game with 5 points. Perhaps one more play. You heard it, 30 seconds to go from the sideline. Oh dear, it's gone AWOL again, the ball, and it's fed out down the La Rochelle line. Is there one more? Oh, there's a burst through the middle from Donny Vuku. Can he find Leds? Is it going to be a fourth for Leds? No, through goes... Oh, there's the hooter. Teddy Ariba involved in there. All over, says the referee. And that is a very, very fine win indeed for La Rochelle. It was tough in the first half, in parts of the first half, but they really broke clear. They've picked up the bonus point. They've beaten Pau by 49 points to 25. Second win of the season for La Rochelle. Their first bonus point, 8 tries to 3. Plenty to enjoy in that match. It wasn't the easiest conditions with the rain hammering down throughout. A little bit of wind upsetting the goal kickers. And of course, if Royce had banged over his goals, well, they would have been looking at...